we are back with 428 Shibuya Scramble. Now, the last time I streamed, I had tried to get the last, or one of the two last, full endings, if that makes sense. But in order to do that, we needed, I believe, every bad ending in the game. But at the same time, I did not end up going bad end hunting last time. I went hunting for weird character episode, secret episode things. So my question to the chat tonight is, should I go bad end hunting, or should I wrap up the special episodes? There are 5 special episodes left, and there are a bunch of bad endings. So what shall it be, ladies and gentlemen? What is my course of action? Like I said, there are 5 episodes left. 5 special episodes. And there are several bad endings. I am missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 27, 27 bad endings, ladies and gentlemen. So how is this going to work? I have 2 votes for bad ending, 2 for special, 3 for special. Hello there, Lauren Ipsum. So 3 for special, slightly winning on this one. Do we have any more votes? Lots of bad endings, which are shorter than the special episodes, but there are far more of them. Hello there, Douglas. It's looking like special episodes is winning by 1. And now it seems to be tied bad endings? Interesting. Because either way, you know I'm going to do both. But the question is the order. Danish, yes, I could do an entire stream of bad ends. As a matter of fact, last time I did an entire stream of special episodes. Huh, it looks like the bad ends might actually be taking over. Fascinating. Of course, I'll need to see which ending is which. But alright, it looks like I'm actually going to do a bad ending stream this time. Marvelous. Let me see which bad endings I'm missing. Alas, I don't believe they tell me the time zones for the special endings. I believe I did 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock. Bad end 16, it goes down to like 16. I think I've covered all that. So I guess 20 is my next bad ending. How am I going to get 20 then? Let me look up how to get bad ends. Why don't I do that? So how do I get bad ending 20? See, this is going to be a little bit of jumping around in order to make this work, but I shall do what I can. Now, let's see. Bad end 20 for that. This is 12 to 1. Yeah, I think I can make this work. Very well. Let's do bad end 20. Let's try it out. Let me go to... Alright, let's see if I can make this work. I'm going to go to... I'm actually in the correct time zone anyway. 1240. Hachi. Marvelous. And now I will go to Persistent Pursuit. Go ahead and hop into the forklift. Oh yeah! Now I go to Tama at 12:50. Yeah, this is new. I did it. Marvelous. Well, this is new content, ladies and gentlemen. No matter where I wander, though, I don't spot the truck anywhere. Now, there's only 15 minutes before the demo's supposed to start. I'd better make my way back to the venue. Maybe Cheery had better luck in her search. Back at the break room, I met by Mr. Yanagishita, who positively radiates despair. I missed Yanagishita. Oh god. Did you find it? I'm sorry, I tried. Yanagishita's shoulders slumped further at my response. Have you heard from Cheery, I ask? No, nothing yet. I guess she's our last hope. All of a sudden, Mr. Yanagishita holds up a pendant. The situation's rough. I'd like you to wear this. It's a miracle stone like the one I saw back in the storeroom earlier. This ought to kick up your luck a notch. Now I see the Yanagishita is wearing another miracle stone around his own neck. Using one bit of sham merchandise to help find another. Nice. This is the pinnacle of pitiful. That's what this is. Hurry up, put it on! Before the luck runs out! Mr. Yanagishita's eyes are all bloodshot. Something tells me that refusing his request wouldn't be wise right now. After a moment's hesitation, I take hold of the pendant. The stone is blue and glittery. What? Is that Cheery? Mr. Yanagishita squeaks. He whips out his phone. Was that like a joke? Was that his theme or something, but it's a phone call? No, sorry, he mutters after listening for a moment. I think you have the wrong number. Guess it isn't Cheery after all. Okay. And yet he stays on the line. Huh? Nani? Really? His tone suddenly does a complete 180. Yes, please, thank you so much. As soon as he hangs up, Yanagishita strikes a victory pose. Show me? Yeah! It's a miracle! Burning Hammer is back, baby! Huh? The recycling guy... He's still doing it? The recycling guy realized his mix-up and returned the boxes to the loading dock. Whoa, for real? You girls did great. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart. I've never seen someone come so close to literally jumping for joy. I'm going to go prep the demo room. Tama, you go bring the burning hammer inside. With that, Mr. Yanagishita practically flies out of the room. This is an elaborate ending sequence. No way, I murmur to myself. This thing didn't actually work. Did it? I examine the miracle stone more closely. It just looks like some kind of toy jewelry. I wish that I actually get paid my 20,000 yen. Hey, it's worth a shot. With the miracle stone still clutched in my hand, I hurry out to the loading dock. I mean, we have gotten a bad ending where the miracle stone totally worked before, so who knows, right? I brace myself before actually stepping out the door. It's not there! The stupid pose. Where is it? I look and I look, but I see no sign whatsoever of any burning hammer. Is this Kazachi just stole it, accidentally? In a panic, I call the recycling guy. Well, I definitely returned it to the loading dock. I can assure you of that. If you're telling me it's not there now, unfortunately, that isn't my responsibility. He hangs up. Didn't even sound like he cared. I look around a little more, but to no avail. Yeah, it's definitely not here. Did someone else take it, maybe? As I hang my head in dismay, a middle-aged man in a sanitation uniform passes by, hauling a big garbage bag. He flashes me a curious look, no kidding. What do we do, Tama? Mr. Yanagishita freaks out when he hears the burning hammer is missing. Please, you gotta give me something! I'm not really sure, sir. Chateau Carnia... There's some wine in the lower right there. Now my boss is an even bigger wreck than he was before. I love that face, it never gets old. This job is toast. Any money I was going to get paid is going up in smoke. Just like all my hopes and dreams at this point. I guess maybe we could try selling the Yanagachis? Or something? It's not much of a suggestion, but it's all I've got. Mr. Yanagishita looks at me intently. Wait, what did you just say? Huh? What did you just say? Or something? No, before that. I guess maybe we could try selling the Onigashis? Oh my god. I can almost see the wheels turning in his head as a smile slowly creeps back onto his face. That fade. Oh, damn, Fakafan. The wine reference in the flashback with Yanagisha down in France? That may very well be, actually. That's brilliant. Oh! That's it. Jesus. That's it! Stop it, it's creepy. That's it! I'm certain I see an actual gleam in his eyes. Right then. I guess that's our only real option. This is a long bad end. Hey there, none yo business. No, wait! This is a sign! That burning hammer didn't just vanish by coincidence, oh no! He jolts to his feet, his eyes still positively aglow. Whoa! Alright! See you later, Onigashis! We're about to knock you right out of the park! I love that Tama just points, like, yes! This is a really elaborate... Whoa! I probably don't need to tell you how the event goes down. We don't manage to sell even a single Onagashi. Turns out, hey, people are really creeped out by eels, and our customers have no problem letting us know that. Very impolitely, I might add, as they storm away in a huff. Hey there, Fool Arcana. This is so dramatic. But Cherry said she liked eel salt broiled in sushi. I hear Mr. Yanagishi mutter to himself as I get ready to leave. Oh, we got out of the costume. If only we hadn't lost the burning hammer, things would have gone so much differently. Or, no, maybe they'd have gone pretty much the same. You know, I probably should have listened to my gut earlier. Agreeing to take on this job has brought me nothing but trouble. This music, I know we've heard it before, but wow. Bad end. Oof, brutal. Onagashi. Nobody is going to have any luck selling digital pets to customers who are looking for a health food demo, but why did the burning hammer disappear anyway? Well, that sanitation worker Thomas saw had found another pile of trash to dispose of. Sometime close to 12:40, someone winds up breaking the bottles, turning them into useless garbage. But who is that someone? And what can they do differently? God, this game's way too good. What an elaborate sequence. Hey, we cleared the 12 o'clock block. Cool, I don't have to go look for other things now. Although I still have to fix Achi. But still, hey! Trophy! We did it! I cleared a time block without even realizing it. Fill the boxes. Ugh! We did it! Now I can go wherever I want. Although it does frustrate me that I have to actually go into the game to find out how to do the bad ends. Fine. The man with the cane crooked his finger on the trigger. But enough about that. Bad ending list. So, what bad endings am I missing? 13 to 14 has... There. Has bad ends 25 through 34? That's a lot. 25 through 34. Let's see what I could find. I have 31, 32, and 34. That might be all I need. No, we have 28. Alright. Let's go to Achi. Boom! 1330. Oh no, that's right. There's a way to trigger this to happen. Let me see if I could find it. How vexatious. I remember there was another way of finding how to make the bad endings happen. Let me see. 13 to 14, bad end 28. Okay, here we go. First of all, we're going to Tama. 1340. What to do with the catsuit? It's time I skin this cat. That's right, this led to a to be continued thing. Okay. And now we go back to Achi, and we do 1330. But then we have a choice, I think. Am I missing something? Although I still can get some kind of bad ending, I guess. So let's just see what happens here. Maybe this is the wrong ending, but what the hell, I'll do it. Hey there, Planet Ally. So where do I get to the point where I... Okay. I would do anything to help Suzune. We've been over that. But now we get new content, apparently. We're talking to Hitomi in the building. Mr. Tanaka? Hitomi's voice was barely a squeak. For a moment, all was silent. Maybe it's just a cat? Achi suggested? Or not. Should I jump to this? It looks like I haven't even selected that before. I mean, I'm going to go back to Achi anyway, but this is a new thing. And I broke a keep out? What? This is a whole new thing. Or maybe not. Oh, that's right. That was a keep out I couldn't break through. Whoops. Oh well, we did it. Going back to this anyway, this leads to some kind of wrong path, I guess. Yeah. Maybe it's just a cat? Or not? The doorknob rattled ominously. You really think that's Tanaka? Achi asked. I'm not sure. If it were him, I think he'd probably say something. Achi grabbed Hitomi's hand. We better hide. The two of them slipped behind a large piece of plywood stage dressing. Oh, jeez. The door swung open with a loud creak. Ah! In stepped a cat. Oh, it's just a kitty cat. A giant kitty cat, walking upright. Achi and Hitomi stared in confusion as someone in a cat costume slipped into the room. There was something vaguely sinister about the fuzzy figure, even though this is an early sisterly reunion, but never mind about that. Just look at this. The cat had both hands stuffed into its pockets, and it shuffled as it walked, dragging one leg. You think that's someone with the theater troupe? Achi whispered. Maybe? The two huddled in the shadows, pressed almost cheek to cheek. They watched as the cat rifled around inside one of its pockets and then pulled something out. It was a bundle of keys, no doubt the ones it had used to get inside. Achi's eyes fixed on the furry mitt that held them. What the? It was stained dark red. Oh, it's the burning hammer, that's right. That could be only one thing. Blood. In that moment, Achi finally realized just what was going on. Really? That's no theater guy. It was the assassin. He'd used the catsuit to slip past the theater people and had somehow gotten his hands on the storeroom keys. Now he tossed the keys away, then delicately adjusted the costume's wobbly head. Hitomi, we gotta run. Huh? Hitomi seemed frozen, mesmerized. Oh my god, what? The cat turned directly toward them. The fur around its mouth was stained crimson. Oh my god! That is scary! Hitomi let out a high-pitched cry of shock. The cat drew its other hand out of its pocket. Good lord! Clutched in its mitt was a gun. Achi and Hitomi had nowhere to run. Nowhere to hide. Whoa! Whoa! What's up with the cat? Disguised in the cat costume, the killer managed to corner Achi and Hitomi. But where did he get that costume? As it happens, it's Tama's fault. She tossed the suit away after taking it off, allowing the assassin to find it and use it to deceive the theater troupe and gain access to the storeroom. Little could she have known. That is actually creepy. Wow, thanks, game. Wow, dude. Hey, I have a brilliant idea. Let's go back to the other option for what to do with the cat suit and just not let that happen. Yeah, Winterburn Tama's hands do indeed look different. That was totally, Oh no, what was his name? Oh, I can't even select them. I can't even find him in the character list. But the other guy whose name starts with a T, I believe. Not Tanaka, but, this is embarrassing. I should know his name. But that's okay, because we can move on to the... Yeah, I'm not drawing that bloody Tama. No kidding, Fakafan. That's... Ugh. Pass. Pop, 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 pop. It was making him incredibly cross. Okay, so bad ending time. So that was bad ending number 28, which was legitimately creepy. Thank you for that. So next, this goes up to, I think, 34. So we have 31 to worry about. Because Achi does 36. We actually have a bunch missing from this block. It's a little obnoxious, actually. But you know what? Bad ending 31. Let me see if I can't find it. 31, 31. How do I make this happen? To get... Alright, let's go to Tama. 1305. A is green. I guess I haven't even touched that one. Interesting. By challenge, I naturally mean rock, paper, scissors! Rock, paper, scissors? The girl goes slack-jawed in surprise. Yeah, and if I win, you have to let me have those diet drinks. Rock, paper, scissors? Sure, whatever. Okay, I accept. Here we go! I ready my fist. 1, 2, 3, shoot! I've lost. We're doing best out of 3, right? Oh, this game's too good. What? 1, 2, 3, shoot! Oh, I lose again. And I even tried to change it up by throwing paper twice in a row. So, yeah, we're doing first to 3, right? Huh? Yet again I lose. My reverse psychology is backfired. Ugh. Oh, Tateno, yes, thank you, chat. Thank you, Vakafan. Okay, now that we're done warming up, wanna do this for real? Sure. Damn, Miku's really forgiving. Shoot! 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 Jeez, Tama, for God's sake! Shoot! 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 0 and 9, this is just embarrassing. Yeah, right, DJ Gamer, this is seriously like Bill and Ted challenging the Reaper. Best 2 out of 3? Okay. Best 3 out of 5? Sure. Shoot! 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 You can't be serious. No one loses that much. It's impossible. It's ridiculous. This goes on for a good 30 minutes. Whoa. We've thrown more times than I can even count, and I haven't won once. Reverse psychology. Reverse psychology. Even reverse psychology. She sees through me every time. I'm terrible at this. Beyond terrible. How? How could someone be this bad at rock, paper, scissors? I want to keep going until I win at least once, but the girl is clearly pretty fed up. This sucks. But I've reached my limit. Time's up. Wait, what? Right around now, there's someone else who's been told that his time is up, and he's in quite a predicament. Yes, it's Junichi Yanagishita. The ruthless ultimatum was issued by none other than Minoru Minorikawa. We'll get there. Well, thanks for humoring me for so long. Guess those drinks are all yours. I shuffle off, my shoulders slumped in dismay. On shaky legs, I make my way back to the Nokane building. I'm half tempted to just abandon the whole Burning Hammer disaster, but I know I'd feel guilty afterwards. Besides, after all the effort I put into this, I'd at least like to get paid something. Man, that sucks. I'm back, I call out casually as I open the door. Does this continue? Wow, okay, this is alright. When I see what's inside, I feel like I've been smacked in the head with a mallet. The demo room is completely totaled. Torn flyers are scattered all around. Most of the chairs have been knocked over. Someone obviously trashed the place. Who the heck did this? I had thought I was alone, but then I spot someone lying in the corner. What? It's some guy I don't recognize. Ugh. The man groans pitifully. What's going on, I ask. What happened here? I go over to the guy and shake him gently by one shoulder. Has death come for me at last, then? As a stupid cat, his voice is a mere murmur. If you're here to finish me off, then you're welcome to try. But only if you beat me in a challenge, fair and square. Oh no! Huh? I'm not sure what he's on about, but my competitive streak is too strong to let me ignore what I just heard. A challenge, you say? That's right. I challenge you. Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors? Rock, paper, scissors. Again. If you beat me, then I am yours to do with as you please. All the vexation I felt earlier when I lost to the girl in the knick-knack shop stirs within me again. I love the word vexation. I feel like a kettle boiling over. At this point, I don't even care who my opponent is. I need to slay the nagging disappointment inside me. All right, then. I accept your challenge. I hold out my fist. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Shoot! I throw paper, and the man throws scissors. The dramatic music again. I've lost. I guess I really am just no good at rock, paper, scissors. Or maybe I should say I'm really good at losing at it. Just look at this stupid scene. I had thought my earlier loss must have been some weird fluke, but apparently it wasn't, after all. That's the bad end? That's so dumb! That's really dumb! Roshamboned. That's really clever. For the record, rock, paper, scissors is called Rochambeau, so I like this a lot. Thanks to her epic rock, paper, scissors losing streak, Tama wasn't able to get any burning hammer. Maybe that was to be expected, seeing as she only ever throws paper. She'd probably do better with some other form of challenge. That's marvelous, and so stupid. Oh my god, it's so dumb. But wait, Minorikawa. I can sneak another bad end in here. Hey there, loco dude. Look at this, I can do a 2-for-1. This sucks. Time's up. Boom! Bam! Keep out is done. Time's up! Minorikawa had had enough. You gather up customers for a product that doesn't even exist, then try to sell them something else? It's a classic con. You've got it all wrong. I am selling Burning Hammer, I swear. Liar! I bet you're even planning on trying to hustle the props for those little magic tricks. What? No, I'm not. You gotta believe me. Oh yeah? Minorikawa sneered. Then just where is this Burning Hammer of yours? Huh? Go on, tell me. He grabbed Yanagishita by the collar. Hey now, easy there, sir. Tell me. Please just let me go. I said tell me! I'm a pacifist, Yanagishita cried. You're a what now? Minorikawa scowled. A pacifist! I demand 3 million yen in reparations. Yanagishita shook free of Minorikawa's grasp and shoved a hand in his face for a change. Reparations? Minorikawa faltered, baffled by this unexpected counterattack. Yeah, pay up, Yanagishita demanded. 3 million yen in reparations. He seemed to have forgotten his customers entirely in his fury. Don't be absurd! Now I know you're a journalistic muckraker. Only a journalist would stoop so low. Hey everyone, look here! This man just assaulted me! Huh? Wait, hold on, I was just right here, folks! Now everyone can bear witness to the true face of the media! It's people like this guy who go around besmirching— I love that word— besmirching fine, upstanding citizens with trumped-up hogwash! What was that Shizuo was saying? It's like, it's hogwash, it's balderdash, it's flim-flam! The best. Hey, wait just a minute here. You're the one who's trying to sell a product that doesn't even exist. Ah! Wah-ha-ha! Yanagishita broke into a sudden fit of wailing. Minorikawa turned to look back at the approaching crowd. His members glared at him with accusation. Ladies, Yanagishita begged his voice. His voice should be interspersed with sobs. I am so sorry. I had this amazing diet aid that I was planning to offer to you all at a reasonable price. But it turns out I won't be able to sell it after all. This man is going to write a piece about how my product is bogus. My company's reputation is going to take a huge hit. And because of that, I won't even have a product to sell you. And it's all going to be his fault. As he choked out his words, Yanagishita dropped to his knees in defeat. That's when the riot started. Oh no. Oh no. So that's what happened. Good lord. Minorikawa wasn't sure exactly when he blacked out. Oh god. When he came to, he was sprawled out on the floor. Craning his neck to look around, he saw no sign of Yanagishita or his customers. Only tattered flyers and busted chairs strewn about the room. There was a ringing in his ears. The back of his head throbbed painfully. His arms felt too heavy to lift. It was like his entire body had been transformed into a lump of cement. Finally, he remembered. Oh god. After Yanagishita's little act, the crowd had descended on Minorikawa from all sides in a frenzied free-for-all. Against an angry mob that size, he hadn't stood a chance. They had worked him over until he was black and blue. In the midst of the fracas, while the customers were distracted, he'd caught sight of Yanagishita sneaking out of the room. Clearly the man was no stranger to worming his way out of sticky predicaments. Now, as he tried to piece together what had happened next, a mysterious figure loomed into his blurry vision. It sported pointed ears atop its enormous head, along with a big, broad mouth. Whatever it wasn't human. Has death come for me at last, then? A smile of delight crossed Death's face. No doubt he had indeed come to eject Minorikawa from this mortal coil. That's a line from Hamlet! Well, it was shed, this mortal coil, but if you're here to finish me off, then you're welcome to try, Minorikawa growled, but only if you beat me in a challenge fair and square. Minorikawa had never been one to give up easily. Even now, he refused to go down without a fight. A challenge, you say? Asked Death. Still, the bright grin on his face remained. That's right. I challenge you. That was all well and good, but Minorikawa's strength was gone. At best, he was only able to move one hand. Rock, paper, scissors, Minorikawa said. In his current state, that was all he was capable of. Nonetheless, it counted as a challenge. If you beat me, he went on, then I am yours to do with as you please. That does kind of look like a creepy smile, not that you mention it. For a while, Death was silent, and then he nodded deeply. Alright then, I accept your challenge. And so Minorikawa and Death held out their hands. It's so dramatic. Minorikawa tried to throw a rock, but with several of his fingers broken, he couldn't quite curl them into a paper fist. Oh, the irony! He accidentally beat paper! That's insane! Death, on the other hand, threw paper. I have lost. They both think they've lost? That's brilliant. All at once, Minorikawa's last remaining energy drained from his body. That's so good. Oh, that's so good. The Rampage. A single complaint about the demo's delayed start turned into an argument with Mr. Yanagishita, and ultimately into an all-out melee. A real brouhaha. If only there'd been some burning hammer around, this might never have happened. There must be something Tama can do about all this. The smart money's on her. That was amazing. And so stupid. That's stuck. That's a keep out. I don't know if I could do anything about that. That's a bad end, and that's keep out. I think we're just stuck. So I'm going to have to undo that. Let's go back to Tama. Straight up fight. Whoa, I can play the game again. What's that like? Look at that. Okay, so now I keep forgetting to do this, but god damn, I gotta check other bad ends I'm missing. But at least I was able to get a quick. At least I was able to get a quick 2-for-1. Thanks, guide. All right, so I got 28, and I got whatever that other one was, the Minorikawa one. I guess this one. Yeah, that was whatever that one was. So I need 32. How do I get 32? That's what I want to find out right now. That was 31. So let's scroll down to 32, do what I can. Okay, Tama again. Ah! What are you selling? What are you selling? So, 1300. I rack my mind for the best course of action, and at long last I arrive at a conclusion. Something else to sell? Okay, now that I've done that, 32, 32, 32. How do I do this? Select Minorikawa. Just from the beginning, I guess? Or do I just keep playing until I get a bad end? Yeah. Minorikawa arrives at the demo. This ought to be interesting. This demo is such a freaking disaster just all the time. Alright, skip as far as I can before getting to new stuff. Alright, Minorikawa's at the demo and he waits. Ladies, terribly sorry to have kept you waiting. At the presenter's cue, the cat mascot appeared and took the stage. Oh yeah? Oh! The audience broke into applause. After waiting patiently for the applause to die down, the cat produced a small box from which she slowly pulled a pendant, set with a blue stone. It certainly wasn't a diet drink, whatever it was. Minorikawa wasn't the only one who quickly realized this wasn't a burning hammer sample. After staring for a moment, the rest of the crowd began to fly into an uproar. Quiet! The cat shouted. Taken aback, the crowd quieted down. The cat held the pendant up high so that everyone could get a look at it. Do not take your eyes off of this pendant. If you do, you will die. God damn! Also, hello, caster. A jolt of panic shot through the room. That's a great screenshot, by the way, an out-of-context screenshot. This cat saying, like, you will die. Wait, whoa! Animation in a bad end. Slowly, the cat began to swing the pendant back and forth. Does it work? I guess it might. Minorikawa couldn't quite recall what happened after that. Wow. When he came to his senses, he'd already pulled a 10,000 yen bill from his wallet. No way! Handing it to the man he assumed was the demo organizer. In exchange, he received the pendant the same as the one the cat had been holding. I've done it! Minorikawa muttered to himself excitedly. Clutching the pendant in his hand, he could feel the energy it radiated coursing throughout his body. The cat's monotone chanting from the stage sounded in his ears like a chorus of angels. Overwhelmed by a feeling of ecstasy he could scarcely contain, Minorikawa repeated his words to himself. I've done it. With this, I'll be the greatest writer the world has ever seen. My articles will stir the emotions of the entire human race. They'll laugh, they'll cry, they'll tremble with fear. They'll jump for joy. No longer was the Pulitzer Prize a mere dream, it was practically already his. A prize awarded for excellence in journalism, literature, and music composition. Named for American journalist Joseph Pulitzer, active during the late 19th and early 20th centuries, and an institute at Columbia University, to whom he willed all of his money in order to establish a journalism school. 3 Japanese photographers have been awarded the prize in the past: Yasushi Nagao, Kyoichi Sawada, and Toshio Sakai. Minorikawa wanted... No, he needed to tell someone how excited he was. This miracle he attained, he wasn't going to just squander on himself. Oh no! A journalist of his stature needed to share what he knew with all of humanity. He opened up his laptop. He booted up his word processing program. He deleted all of the articles he'd been working on. Really? He knew what he really needed to write. Special edition report on the Miracle Stone. Only in 4-star General Gossip spring issue. Oh my god, Tama, you are... devious. Hey there, Dragon Ace. Must have stone already in many fashionistas' collections. Look out, world! Mysterious gemstones set to change international balance of power. Blessed by the miracle stone? Get your hot stock tips here! Oh my god. The pages originally slated for the pros and cons of security cameras and washed-up screeners were instead filled with glowing praise and rave reviews for the miracle stone. God damn, that hypnosis is something else. Never had Minorikawa been more proud of his work. That's actually kind of creepy. Maria, you are deadly with that thing. Oh, we're still going? Back at 4-Star General Gossip Headquarters, Minorikawa handed his articles to Toyama, who was sitting glumly at his desk. Toyama looked them over slowly. Then there was a lingering silence. Finally he spoke, his voice subdued, but his words crystal clear. Yeah. This is all getting axed. Oh no! Oh no! Axed. Brutal. Desperate though he was for copy, Toyama still rejected Minorikawa's articles, probably a good indication of how bad they really were. Maybe the Miracle Stone wasn't the breaking story Minorikawa wanted it to be. Tama and her pals really need to be selling Burning Hammer instead. My god. That is an ending. There are only 2 more endings in this chapter. I need to see which ones I've gotten. And everything's I probably just unpreventably keep out. So let me see. Endings 33 and 34. Do I have them? This freaking game, man, it's too crazy. 38, 36, 41, did I? Ah, 34. That must be the last one I'm missing, because again, I should get a trophy for having gotten all the endings. So, how can I access ending 34? Let's find out. To get Kano. $13.30. Oh, right, I have to undo the bad end. Whoops. How embarrassing. Tama. Totally forgot to undo my disaster. I left it that way to see if more bad endings could come from it, and then when I saw that there weren't, I forgot to turn it back. That's embarrassing. Sell some Burning Hammer. And... whoa, the game's playable! Kano, 1330. So we can do that. He calls Kajiwara. And then we go to Osawa. Oh, and we just play. Oh, the bug tracker. That's right. We already had a whole bunch of garbage going on with this anyway. Oh yeah, more annoying background noise throughout the entire thing. The bug tracker's picking up noise from all over the room. What should I do? Mr. Osawa, please calm down. As if that were even possible right now. It feels like there must be 10, no, maybe 100 listening devices in here. Kajiwara didn't miss a beat. Let me be honest with you. Hello there, Defeater Eater. That bug tracker is... all of a sudden a different noise cut in over the bug tracker. Kajiwara here. Kano? Kajiwara's customary nonchalant expression vanished into a sudden seriousness. Sorry, hold on, he continued. I can't really hear you. He headed out of the room, the phone clutched to his ear. Osawa was left to wonder what the detective had been about to tell him. The bug tracker was what? What the heck was going on? Oh, it's so annoying. The sound wasn't stopping. Deciding that he better do something, Osawa took the bug tracker and checked behind his bookcase. It didn't seem like the signal was coming from back there. He proceeded to pull each and every one of the books off of the shelf. Nothing. He checked the area around his computer. He scanned the monitor, the case, the power outlet, but he found nothing that could be a listening device anywhere. He found a small screwdriver and dismantled the mouse. The brown circuit board was lined with chips, but nothing appeared out of the ordinary, and still the mechanical sound continued, mocking him. Just try to find it. Go ahead. Look everywhere. Beep, 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 beep. Oh my god. He was being ridiculed. The sound just wouldn't stop. And still the time ticked past. Had it been 5 minutes? 10? Maybe more? He began to lose hope that he could find the listening devices, and even to stop caring. Instead, he was overcome with the feeling that this room, which for years had been a sanctuary, had ceased to be his own. It was as if something other had intruded and had laid claim to his personal space. Oh god, it's even worse. In his fevered mind, he began to hear the tracker sound as a high-pitched laugh. An accursed, relentless noise, cruel and taunting. The mockery of the devil himself! God damn. Osawa hurled the bug tracker against the wall. Then he picked it up, only to smash it back onto the floor. Then he stomped on it ferociously. There was a satisfying snap, accompanied by the sensation of the thing being crushed underfoot. The noise stopped. Or, well, it ought to have. And yet, for some reason, the horrid noise kept sounding in Osawa's ears! It wasn't coming from the bug tracker after all. It was inside his own head. Somewhere, inescapable, echoing within his skull. No, the noise didn't stop. It only grew louder. Why? 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 Osawa screamed. This is so stupid. Why? Why was he being tormented like this? He couldn't take it anymore. He couldn't even think straight anymore. He felt his mind beginning to dissolve. Yo, that sucks. Brainfreeze. The incessant beeping from the bug tracker wound up driving Osawa out of his mind. What Kajiwara was about to say, just before he got that phone call, was pretty crucial for Osawa to hear. Hey there, living corpse. Unfortunately, the call distracted him, and he left the room before he could finish his thought. Things could have gone differently if only someone hadn't called Detective Kajiwara right then. Trophy? Did I do it right? Yay! We're clearing blocks, ladies and gentlemen. Was this the one? Yeah, this is the one. This is great. We're really doing it. Yeah, right, Fakafan? That's how you feel when you're low health in games, like in Zelda, where that beeping really doesn't stop. It's so bad. And the game's playable again! Hooray! So now we can go to the next time block. So the next time block has what endings? It has bad end 35 through 41. Okay. Let's go in here just to check things out. 35 through 41. I'm going to have to do my best to find those bad ends. What ends am I missing? 35 through 41. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see what we can get. 35. So 35, 36, 38, 39. And 41, of course. 35, 36, 38, 39, 41. We'll see if I actually remember this. Also, I'm excited about this ending. This is something that my friend Old Man Stompy told me about for a while, and apparently it's really good. So, we will go to Maria. Oh, I just never chose this other option from 14 o'clock. What should I do? Tell the other guy to get rid of the costume. He obviously wants to help me. May as well have him get rid of the costume, too. Sure, if you don't mind, I say. I pay him the 30,000 yen, take the necklace, and leave the knick-knack shop. Alright. Sega! A few minutes later, near the station, I spot a sort of mall. Checking the directory by the entrance, I see that it's got several clothing shops and an arcade inside. Oh, okay, this is stuff we've already read. Alright, so that's it for Maria. She did the thing, so now we gotta find who actually suffers the effects of the bad ending. So... Kano. Finding out Carawan. I'm making the arrest, note of courage, on Sasayama's voice. Oh yeah, Sasayama's gonna get stabbed. But wait! Instead of Sasayama getting stabbed by Al-Karawan, wait a minute. Oh my god. At some point, Sasayama had ditched his anime nerd costume for a cat mascot suit. Ladies and gentlemen, this is truly the best timeline. Oh no, Kano muttered. That getup's gonna make Sasayama stand out like a sore thumb. Shoot, the mutt spotted me. I'm going in pursuit. Really? Sasayama clipped out of the camera's view. Whoa, what gives? Let go of me! You're Mr. Yanagishita, right? Look, I'm sorry, but I really do need you to return that costume. The voices came in over the wireless. It sounded like Sasayama was caught up in an argument with someone. Sasayama! Kano shouted as he eyed the monitor. Kano, I need some help here! Requesting emergency backup! The line went dead before Sasayama could finish. Kano didn't have the faintest idea of what was going on, but obviously his partner needed him. He rushed out of the precinct. Just look at this. When he arrived on the scene, he saw Sasayama, still in the catsuit, caught up in a scuffle with a man he'd never seen before. There was no sign of Alcarawan. Sasayama, what's going on? That's an excellent question, Sasayama replied. This guy just came at me out of nowhere. He sounded pretty riled up. Sir, I need you to return this costume. My boss was very insistent on that point. The man was panting with exertion, shouting in Sasayama's face. Was he the owner of the suit? What's the deal with that thing, Sasayama? Kano asked. I bought it at a variety store on Center Guy. Figured it'd be a perfect disguise. I didn't steal anything. Sir, I'm telling you, you need to give that back. And I'm telling you, I've got no idea what you're on about. Sasayama... I heard a little squeak. Sasayama stamped his foot. I realize that you're not Mr. Yanagishita. That isn't the issue. I just need you to return that costume. Alright, sure, I'll give it to you. I just need it a little longer, so let go of me. I can't do that, sir. I need you to get out of that suit right now. Yeah, I get that, buddy, but no can do. It's like I told you before. The zipper on this thing's snagged. Kano watched as the argument descended further and further into absurdity. Meanwhile, Alcarawan was getting away. This was ridiculous. He turned to go in pursuit of the suspect. Kano, wait! Sasayama called out. Come on, help me out, man! Huh? Help me get this thing off. Now really isn't the time for this, Kano replied. I'm going after the suspect. Oh, I get it. You're gonna ditch me here so you can take all the credit for yourself. Whoa, what? I was this close to nabbing the guy. That arrest is mine to make, and you know it. It wasn't as though Kano couldn't empathize. If Sasayama hadn't been blindsided by this random stranger, he probably would have caught Alcarawan just fine, or gotten stabbed. Alright then, Kano said. He reached for the zipper at the back of the catsuit. But as Sasayama had said, the metal fittings were snagged and refused to budge. Hurry up! I'm trying. There wasn't time to do this slowly and carefully. Kano yanked down on the zipper hard. Stop! The stranger shrieked in alarm. Don't be so rough like that. But if I don't, I'll never... You mustn't! If you aren't careful, you'll cause a malfunction. Malfunction? What the hell was this guy talking about? Kano got an ever firmer grip on the zipper and pulled again. What? He paused in surprise as Sasayama mewled. Oh, this is dumb. Again, Sasayama let out a little cry. Except it didn't sound like Sasayama's voice at all. Guys, Sasayama said, there's something making a rumbling noise inside this thing. He sounded pretty alarmed. Uh-oh, said the other man. It has started. What? His face went pale. What are you talking about? Sasayama demanded. What started? The man hesitated and seemed to come to a decision. Well, you see, this is no ordinary cat costume. What? Meaning what exactly? Our shop rented this out by mistake. Oh, I had no idea it was anything so horrifying. Not until the boss filled me in a little while ago. What's horrifying? You're not answering the question. The man's gaze grew hollow and distant. Cats, he said. For a moment there was only silence. Then Sasayama spoke up nervously. Well, yeah. It's a cat. I know that already. No, you're not listening. This is a cat's. Like I said, I already know it's a cat. Anyone can see that just from looking at it. No, not a cat. Cats! Costume as transmission system developed by Far East Costume Rentals high-tech department. What? There was an official corporate notice stating, this is just a prototype and potentially dangerous, so do not lend it out under any circumstances. But it was accidentally rented by mistake. This is one of those things where it doesn't even play into the main story. There isn't even a nod to this as far as I know, so this is really weird. Oh dear. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no! The meowing started back up again. With each new mule, the sound got faster. Soon it sounded less like a cat and more like some mechanism that was whirring about. There was a sudden, fierce, blinding flash. Wait, Falcafon, there is a nod about this earlier in the game? What the hell could it possibly have been? Because I do not remember this. That's ridiculous. Space itself began to warp in a roughly 3-meter radius around Sasayama and his costume. What? A moment later, Connor and the others had vanished. Man, that's a stupid ending. Kano, Sasayama, and the rental guy were sent into another dimension. Due to a malfunction in the cats. Detective Sasayama should probably never have put that cat suit on. He mentioned buying it at a variety shop on Center Guy. That's your lead here. Oh, you're right, Falcafon. Damn! When they try getting Maria out of the suit, you hear the meow sound? That's insane, dude. Wow. Unreal. Oh, that was beautiful. What a stupid ending. Ugh. And the game's playable again. And I'm terribly sorry, but I forgot which bad endings I need. But at least I remembered to access the list right now instead of before going back out. That was dumb. Alright, so we got 35. That's not a problem. We need 38. We need 36. 36, 38, 41. Was there anything else? Or was that it? Oh, 36, 38, 39, 41. Alright. How do I get bad end 36? We will go to Maria again. Oh, again, a new thing I've never done. Let's see what this looks like. Someone's following me. What should I do? Hide someplace where there are fewer people. I scurry for one of the far corners of the floor. Compared to the area around the stairs, the rest of this level is deserted. I head up onto the 4th floor. You know, I'm curious. Oh, I might get a 2-for-1 with this ending. Let me see, let me see. Yeah, I can get a 2-for-1 for this ending, because I don't know where this particular path is taking me, so this is good. When I get to the top of the stairs, I see a man talking on his phone. He looks a little furtive, like he's trying to avoid the public eye. Ah, well, the police sure do know how to do their jobs. What I can hear of this conversation makes me pretty uneasy. I turn on my heel and get the heck out of there. When I arrive at the 4th floor restaurant... Oh, oh, no, it came back. Damn. To be continued, to be continued. Achi can go somewhere. Yeah. Alright. Okay, we're going to Achi. Wait a minute. Yeah, just jump to Achi. Alright. Let's go. It is what it is, I'm afraid. Not a big deal, but I was kind of hoping I could get a 2-for-1. Still, he couldn't just leave Hitomi alone. The kidnappers might be closing in. He stayed in pursuit of her, trying not to draw too much attention. He headed in the direction Hitomi had gone and came to a stairwell. What the hell is going on? Had she gone up? Or down? Achi frowned in consternation. Hey! Stop right there! He heard shouting coming from down below. Then came the sound of footsteps rushing up the stairs. Hitomi? Was someone chasing her? Achi bolted down the stairs before he could mull it over too much, or mull over it. Toyama. Down on the landing, he ran into a man who was pale in the face. You gotta help me! The man went and cowered behind Achi. Yep, these guys. 2 thuggish-looking men came up the stairs after him. Hand him over, kid. Yeah, don't make us do nothing we'll both regret. Shouldn't the younger guy recognize Achi? Two guys bullying some frail old man, Achi huffed. And you want me to just turn a blind eye while that goes down? Yeah, that's not gonna happen. The younger fellow, the one who looked like a small-time gangster, sneered. Oh, you're gonna want to turn a blind eye to this, little man. This is gonna get bloody. By the way, Achi asked, either of you see a girl around here? Super cute, about yay tall. Poof! I love how he just goes past Achi. Humph! The gangster suddenly threw a jab with his right fist and Achi dodged on reflex. The punch wound up catching the man hiding behind it right in the face instead. Oh, so it was for Achi. Oh. Whoops. Achi realized his mistake a moment too late. The man splayed out onto the floor. Whoa, my bad, Gramps. You okay? Achi hunkered down and slapped the man in the face. Hey, come on, stay with me. It's no use. I'm done for. Please, look after Hana. Mino Rikawa. The man's muttering was all but incomprehensible. Hey, Achi said, this guy's serious and needs to get to a hospital or he's in big trouble. You guys, call an ambulance. He needs... Oh, Jesus. When Achi looked back, the man in the sunglasses was standing over him holding up a fire extinguisher. Why wait for an ambulance when the fire department's already here? Damn, that's a line. The butt of the fire extinguisher came right down into Achi's face. That sucks. But I didn't call for the fire department. So stupid. I didn't call for the fire department. That's the ending. Great. While chasing after Hitomi, Achi had a run-in with some Yakuza and got beaten up. But actually, the girl Achi was following wasn't Hitomi. In order for Achi to avoid this disastrous fate, that girl needs to run off in a different direction. Well, that sucked. Okay, back to Maria. Where was it? 1430? I think it was. Head to another floor. Did it. And it was... What was it? 30... I apologize. 38 and 39? All I remember is 41 because it's the last one. How embarrassing. It is 38, 39, and 41. Marvelous. I'm a genius. Okay, so... 38. Yeah, I love how the chat's talking about how brutally I'm killing off my characters. Thank God I got into LPing, and, you know, it prevents me from getting into my thuggery. Alright, so Kano. Where are we going? 1420? Oh wow, I just never touched any of these other things. I know what the Syndicate's really after. It's you. Osawa remains silent. Ooh, do I jump to him from here? Let me see. Maybe not. Mr. Osawa? Is everything alright? The line went dead. Kano, Stanley chided. I would have put it more like this. They're after Hitomi because she has the antiviral. Yeah, I know that. But if they're after the antiviral, that makes the person who created it a potential target as well, right? Ah, indeed. Looks like you do have some brains after all. Stanley flashed Kano a thin smile. This dramatic music. Okay, did it. This doesn't do anything for you, or you, or you. Osawa, we know. Minorikawa can go somewhere, too? Okay. Actually, it's probably a 2-for-1 with a bad end. He had to make a choice? What if I just go? I'm waiting for my interview. The front door flew open. Is this because Osawa wasn't showing up? Is he hiding? Now I get jumped by 100 guys. Several men came rushing out and surrounded Minorikawa. Whoa, what? Minorikawa blurted. What gives? We have Material Witness A in custody. Huh? Material Witness A? What are you talking about? Just who do you think I am? I'm Minoru Minorikawa. Hey, come on, let me go. Despite his protests, the men held on to him, flashing police badges. They refused to explain what was going on. This is an unlawful arrest. All it'll take is one blurt from me and you're all fired. Do I make myself clear? Are you even listening to me? Hey, listen up! Listen to me! But Minorikawa's voice was drowned out. Lost amidst the detectives' frenzied shouting. Well, that was a much faster ending. Damn. Material Witness A. Minorikawa got arrested without even knowing what he'd done wrong. Needless to say, he's not actually Material Witness A. This all happened because of something Osawa said, but he only said it because of something someone else said to him. Further along in Osawa's story, you should be able to find out who said the wrong thing. Oh no. What if I go to Osawa, though? Because apparently this takes me somewhere different. What are you talking about? I know what the Syndicate is really after, Mr. Osawa. Osawa's mind went blank when he heard what Okano said next. He could give no reply. Mr. Osawa? The detective continued after a moment. Is everything alright? Without really thinking, Osawa hung up. Osawa staggered out of the living room. He needed to be alone. To his surprise, Kajiwara didn't try to stop him. Whoa. Whoa. Shutting his study door behind him, he dropped down to a sofa, then got out a bottle of pills. He stared at it, thinking back on what the detective had told him. I know what the Syndicate is really after, Mr. Osawa. It's you. Detective Kano had a point. There it goes. From a financial perspective, Osawa's discoveries, and indeed Osawa himself, were incredibly valuable. Immersed as he was in his research, he had never imagined he'd become a target. The kidnappers had used that artlessness to catch him completely off his guard. He thought back to the emails that A had sent him. For now, they were just stringing him along, but before long, the guilt bombs might turn into more direct threats. They would extort his money, steal his research, and finally have him killed. It was so easy to see what their plan was now. And the worst of it was, he wasn't their only target. Kidnapping Maria would only be A's first step. Osawa contemplated in horror how his family would all be victimized because of him. There was only one thing he could do. Oh no. He poured a mound of sleeping pills out into his hand. This is dark. But then without any hesitation, he gulped down the lot. The effect in his body was slow to start, but he felt a deep and irresistible drowsiness begin to creep over him. As his consciousness was starting to fade, he heard the distant sound of the front door chime. Moments later, the study door opened and Kajiwara appeared inside to see Osawa lying on the floor. Mr. Osawa! Are you okay? Mr. Osawa! The detective's voice was rapidly fading out. As Osawa surrendered to the irresistible urge to drift into sleep, his mouth gaped open. A has come for me. Those were his last words. Osawa's timeline is really miserable, like, constantly. It's so brutal. Jeez. Oh, this is 41. Cool. I don't have to look for that one now. The threat of A. When he heard that he was the kidnapper's target, the stricken Osawa decided to commit suicide by overdosing on sleeping pills. This is all because of what Kano said to him. A simple error in word choice led Osawa to a completely wrong conclusion. Kano ought to properly inform Osawa just what the kidnappers are after. Yo, that sucks. That's awful, dude. Well, I did that, but I still want to go into a different direction. Kano 1420 again. Back to Hitomi. Well, I'll select the virus just to see what it says. I could skip to Osawa here. Is everything alright? The line went dead. Technically, that's incorrect, Stanley muttered. It's not the virus they're after, it's his daughter Hitomi who's carrying the antiviral. Now it was clear why they were after Hitomi. Okay, alright, alright. Now we'll do it right. It's Hitomi. Okay, so upon reaching the word Osawa, jump to Osawa. Okay. Actually, I probably don't even need to do this. I could probably just go right to Minorikawa right now. Yeah, there we go. This is weird, though. Am I doing everything right for 39? Oh, no, that's not the issue. Okay, Osawa. I need to go to Osawa 1430. And select option A. This'll do it. You deal with it. I can't do that, sir, Kajiwara said firmly. We can't let the kidnappers learn that there are detectives here. Then have I take care of it, Osawa told him. Kajiwara headed off. Now I can go to Minorikawa. Right now, Osawa just wanted some time to think by himself. Was Tanaka really one of the kidnappers? But if he was after the antiviral, he'd had plenty of opportunity to get his hands on it when they gave it to Hitomi, hadn't he? Was that really what these people wanted, after all? The answer seemed to evade him at every turn. Unable to think of what else to do, he tried the internet fortune teller again. I still can't skip. Okay, there we go. There we go. Now I go to Kano, select Hitomi. Go to Minorikawa. There it is. Now I can do Minorikawa. Miss Midoriyama's a no-show. And we're still going to decide to wait. 5 more minutes. A woman's voice came through the intercom. Who is it? It's Minorikawa. Where would I know you from, Mr. Minorikawa? Oh, you know, here and there. I mean, there's only one Minorikawa, really. I don't have time for such nonsense. Please be on your way. I'm not going anywhere until I get an interview. Interview? Who are you with? The woman's tone had changed now. Maybe Minorikawa could simply talk his way through this. This is a piece for 4-star general gossip. Ah, perfect. I've been wanting to talk to them. Was this one of the Miss Midoriyama winners? Or perhaps it was the girl's mother, eager to boast about her daughter's achievement? I assume you're familiar with defamation of character, the woman said. Oh no. What are you talking about? Article 230 of the Penal Code of Japan defines it as any attack against a person's reputation or societal standing. It's a very serious crime. I know what it is, Minorikawa said. What's your point? He had a bad feeling about this. Why discuss libel laws right before an interview? Oh, I'm not letting you get away with telling me you've forgotten. I wonder if you'll remember once I bring up charges. Her tone was calm and level, but laced with malice. You're talking nonsense, lady. Are you the mother? I've got business with your daughters. Put one of them on the line. Nonsense. The woman's wrath radiated for the intercom. It's your 4-star general gossip that specializes in nonsense. Her voice was so loud that it was cracking. Detective, arrest this man! He's a criminal! Huh. Detective, huh? You don't really think I'd fall for that, do you, lady? Just who do you think I am? I'm Minoru Minorikawa. He crossed his arms and struck a defiant pose. Oh. Then the front door opened up and several men came trotting out. Sir, one of the men said, we'd like to ask you a few questions. At the word sir, the man flashed his badge, and Minorikawa turned to run on reflex. Oh no. He hadn't thought she'd actually send detectives after him. Just what the hell had Heaven Publishing done to her? Never mind. He needed to get out of here. He couldn't afford to get arrested right now. Oh no. Well. Out with it. You abducted that girl, didn't you? Uh-oh. Detective, you keep asking me the same question over and over. And I'll keep on asking until you tell me the truth. Look, ask all you want, but I can't tell you what I don't know. Then let's go back to the beginning, shall we? Oh, cut the crap! I don't have time for your games! As a matter of fact, you have plenty of time. I can assure you of that. The stubborn detective flashed him a grin. I can keep doing this for days, if that's what it takes to get you to confess. Oh no. And so the interrogation went on for hours. In the end, once his innocence had been established, Minorukawa was finally released. He wrote a scathing indictment on his experience. The report shook up the system in a major way. But that's another story. For another day. That's so dumb. And I think that's the last bad end of this chapter. Wrongly accused. Minorukawa was arrested for a crime he had nothing to do with. That woman he talked to must really, really hate 4-star General Gossip. Clearly he had no hope of getting anywhere with her, but maybe there's someone more understanding who might answer the intercom instead. Alright. Trophy! Alright, so now I gotta go back to Osawa. A visitor arrives. Someone else can pick up that, or answer that doorbell. You deal with it. Alright. Boom. Just making sure the timeline's good, even though I'm going to have to go back in somewhere to advance. Alright. I have time for a little more, bad end hunting. Let's see what happens in the... What is this, the 14 to 15 o'clock block? I hope. No, it's 15 to 16. We're doing even better. So let me go find it. How many bad ends do I have? Oh, there are only 3. 42, 43, and 44. Alright. Okay. We can work with this. 42. That's it. 42. Ladies and gentlemen, we could clear another block like it's nothing. So, let's go. Achi. 1530. Tell Hitomi to stay back. And then Kano. This ought to be rough. Boom. Something's wrong, Kano thought. That's no ordinary city noise. A column of black smoke rose up from between 2 nearby buildings. Passers-by stopped and stared, gasping in alarm. Video and a bad end, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, we've seen this, though. It's so weird to see Stanley move. Then Kano saw flames. This hadn't been an accident. Someone had set off an explosion. Several people were on the ground nearby, evidently injured by the detonation. Mr. Minorukawa! Mr. Minorukawa! A high school-aged girl was crying, clinging tightly to a man who'd been caught in the blast. Kano recognized her as the girl he'd talked to earlier during the traffic jam. The man looked like he might still be alive. Kano hurried over to them. Police, he announced. Oh no. Blood was streaming from the man's mouth. He'd clearly suffered some internal damage. Hang in there, buddy, Kano told him. Stay with us. The man's face twisted up in pain, but somehow he managed to croak out a few words. Kano let out a gasp. The man's voice was almost too weak to hear, but what he said still shook Kano to the core. This man knew something important. Something crucial to the investigation. Rescue vehicles arrived on the scene, and the wounded man was promptly loaded onto a stretcher. When he was placed inside the ambulance, Kano flashed his badge at the paramedics and got in alongside him. The man had already fallen unconscious. Kano didn't know when he'd wake back up, but he knew he needed to hear what the guy had to say. He sensed that the stranger was the key to unlocking the entire case. Video! But though Kano kept a lonely vigil, the man never woke again. The antiviral that had been given to Atomi, the blue minivan Al-Karawan told Atomi to look for, and now the minivan exploding. Kano was sure this man had known how all of these tied together. But now, the key to solving the case was gone for good. That's rough. Wow, I can't believe it. The bad ending was just right there. There were only 3 of them in this chapter. A blown lead. Kano tried to get information from a man who was caught in the explosion, Minorukawa, but he arrived too late. If Minorukawa hadn't been caught in the blast, things would have gone differently for Kano. At 15:30, somebody shouts something, and depending on what they shout, both Kano's and Minorukawa's face may change. That's tricky. Achi has to yell something at Hitomi, and Minorukawa just heard it. Wait, did that not do it? I thought that was the only end that was missing. To be continued. Keep out. Oh, Minorukawa! I guess I just missed the number on the list? How embarrassing. I guess I'll close out the stream with this guy. I was going to say with this guy, and this then. Running along Koendori in pursuit of Miku, Minorukawa heard a cell phone ringtone coming from somewhere nearby. Video! Jeez! Suddenly, a massive fiery blast knocked him from his feet. A deafening roar set his head throbbing. What was that? What's going on? He lay in a daze on the ground, trying to wrap his mind around what had just happened. He smelled the foul scent of burning rubber. Then came a sound of quick footsteps rushing up to him. "Mr. Minorukawa!" A voice called out to him as if across an impossible distance. "Mr. Minorukawa!" Was that Miku? We could see the smoke moving in the background a little bit. He forced his eyes open and saw Miku looking anxiously down at him. "Mr. Minorukawa!" "Miku, those things I said earlier, I'm sorry. I went too far." "What are you talking about? That's not important right now." Miku choked back a gasp, and Minorukawa realized he had blood leaking from his mouth. His body wouldn't move when his mind was reeling. What happened? Tell me." Miku's voice was dry and hoarse. "There was a minivan. It exploded." Exploded? A minivan exploded in a city street? That sounded like a terrorist act. His reeling mind drifted back to the attempted bioterrorist attack on Kasumigaseki 2 years earlier. An unoccupied minivan had exploded outside an MPD station, and afterward a device meant to scatter a dangerous biological agent had been discovered near the subway. With sudden clarity, Minorukawa recalled what Osawa had said earlier. The power balance of the entire world might be at stake here. Could there be some sort of connection between Osawa's warning and this explosion? Hey there, Meowington. There was. There had to be. Minorukawa's journalistic intuition told him it must be true. Something terrible was underway here in Shibuya. "Police!" a man in a suit announced. He crouched beside Minorukawa and gently lifted his head and torso. "Hang in there, buddy. Stay with us." The change of position allowed Minorukawa to clear his airway, and he sucked in a deep breath. Jeez. But as he did, an intense pain shot through his lungs. "I think I might be done for." Whatever his intuition might be telling him, it didn't look like he'd ever be able to write about it. But if he couldn't get his words onto the page, the least he could do was tell someone else. With his last act, maybe he could still accomplish something. He strained to get a few words out. "Osawa. Kenji Osawa. The power balance of the entire world." As his voice failed, he heard the sound of ambulance sirens approaching. Paramedics began frantically unloading stretchers. Video! Turning his head, he saw a number of other people who'd been injured in the explosion laid out on the roadside. Amongst them were a woman and a child. Emergency workers bearing a stretcher came over to Minorukawa. "Forget about me. I'm beyond helping. See to the others instead." Minorikawa shouted inwardly, but no one heard. The bad endings just get darker and darker as you advance the story, once you realize what the game's really about. Premonition of disaster. Minorikawa chased Miku as far as Koendori, only to be caught in the blast when a minivan suddenly exploded. A few simple words can change his fate. Someone who shouts something at 1530 needs to change what it is they shout. If Minorikawa hears something that grabs his attention, he may not get too close to the explosion. And now do I get the trophy? Wait, you can't be serious. Am I really missing something here? Wait, that was bad end 47? Did I just miss bad ends? I couldn't have. Oh no, there were more bad ends than I thought. What the hell was I thinking? This goes up to 50. That's incredibly embarrassing. I just totally blew that. Alright, time to finish bad ends. Oh, let me write this wrong though. Hitomi approaches the van. I gotta change that choice. How the hell did I think I only had, like, a couple of things here? I was looking at this completely wrong. That's really embarrassing. Alright, whatever. Let's do the correct option. Hitomi, wait. Good. Did it. Now, what bad ends am I missing? This goes up to 50. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. So we have 46. And we have 50. That might be it, actually. Okay, 2 more. Alright, doing it. Not terrible. So going back to Achi. 15-15. Surveillance cameras. I don't know how I screwed that one up so bad with the counting. That was embarrassing. I apologize. So, stop messing around. Wait, there's something I'm curious about. He's tracking Yanagishita. The best possible solution. And now we go to selecting Maria. Maria gets a keep out. Achi back at 15-20. Oh, no way. Jumping to Maria will actually clear the keep out, though. So this was a keep out to a bad end, I guess? That's insane. Wow, that's so weird. Alright, doing it. Suddenly, I hear someone call out, Maria! Huh? I spin around to see a young girl running toward me. Oh, damn. She kind of looks like me. Behind her are 2 men. One of them is the man with the cane. He raises his gun and aims it at her. Oh, no. He's going to shoot her. Hey there, Michael. The instant I realize what he's doing, I'm lunging toward him. He shifts his grip on the gun and clubs me in the head. I stagger against the wall, trying to keep my feet, but my legs buckle under me and I crumple on the spot. I don't even know why I tried to protect this girl. My body just moved on its own. Maybe it was just a reflexive impulse to help someone in danger. But am I the sort of person who would risk her life to protect some complete stranger? Damn, that was a fast bad end. Okay, thanks. Protecting the girl. Maria's impulse to protect a stranger is selfless, but ill-fated. Of course the strange girl is actually her sister Hitomi. If you know what causes Hitomi to show up here, you could probably avoid this untimely end. Damn, that was fast. Alright. There's another ending checked off. We're actually cruising pretty well. Where was the Achi thing? Am I already screwing this up? How do I get back to the, not screwing that up? Achi 15-15. There it is. There it is, surveillance cameras. Okay, got it. And now I want ending 50. Boom. Okay, how do I get ending 50? Minorikawa. It's always Minorikawa, isn't it? 15 even. Option B, should I tell them? Let's make this happen. Head back for the theater to tell them about the dry ice machine. And now... Osawa. Oh, here we go. Alright. Let's see how this one works out for us. But this will be how I close out the stream, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, for real, Fakafan, the bad end hunting is going great. Is something wrong, Mr. Osawa? Oh, wait. There. I could skip ahead a little bit. Right now, he felt that if his daughters were here before him, he might blurt out everything he'd ever left unsaid. It was a terrifying thought. And new information. Whoa. Darling? I opened the door and stepped into the room. The detectives are asking for you. It seems there's been a development. We'll be right there. Osawa and Kajiwara hurried out of the room. Before the news was shared with the Osawas, the members of the investigation team quietly briefed Detective Kajiwara. Osawa and I sat on the sofa on the far side of the room, watching. They could see Kajiwara go pale. He wiped the sweat from his forehead with a handkerchief several times. Bad news, Osawa thought. Mr. Osawa? Ma'am? Kajiwara shuffled his way over to them at last. We've just gotten word from headquarters. He hesitated ominously. Osawa braced himself. Please, let's hear it. First, about your daughter Hitomi. Kajiwara's expression was grim. The body of a young man named Achi Endo was discovered near Shibuya Station. The name meant nothing to Osawa. In a building not too far from the scene, The detective swallowed. Your daughter Hitomi was found dead. The world began to shake. Osawa staggered, reeling with sudden, nauseating vertigo. No, it's not possible. After that, your daughter Maria... The words blurred together. He could no longer comprehend what he was hearing. Everything was wobbling, shuddering, distorting. Hitomi was dead? Hitomi? Ah, that sucks. Osawa was so miserable all the time. At those words, Osawa's whole world went dark, as if someone had just yanked the curtains closed. Ah, that's so bad. This guy's miserable all the time. Hitomi's death. What a freaking name for an ending. Learning of Hitomi's death plunged Osawa into a pit of despair. This was the dark end of a chain of events that began with a simple, small decision. Someone else merely decided to abide by a little promise. Because of that, not only did Achi and Hitomi meet with disaster, but Osawa lost his mind as well. Keeping a promise is a noble thing, but for sure, but right now, saving Achi, Hitomi, and Osawa is more important. Osawa, man, poor guy. There's the trophy. Jeez. But Minorikawa still leads to mystery stuff, what? Hold on, just for morbid curiosity. It probably just leads to a to be continued or something, I don't know. Yeah, alright, whatever. So let's go back to Minorikawa and have the other option. Should I tell them? No, I really shouldn't, not this time. Oh well, boom. Now, I'm going to stop here, but just to see what endings we're missing. Remember, for the next stream, we are missing 5 special episodes with those amusing character stories. As for endings, we are missing 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wow, we went from like 27 endings down to 12. That's fantastic. We're really moving with this game, ladies and gentlemen. Simply fantastic. I'll just hit a save. And we could advance the game. Hooray! So we are really, really moving along. Thank you very much for joining the stream, everyone, and have a wonderful night.